Right, Herschelle Gibbs, thanks for taking the time to chat to us. Tell us about your golf game at the moment.
Oh man, I don't think I have a game at this stage. I haven't really played as much, and it's obviously by choice that I don't like to play too often. I keep it sort of sparingly. In that way, I don't start to overthink and get ahead of yourself, because it's the most difficult sport you can get. So I play sparingly. But look, I'm up for the challenge for the next 2 days, and really looking forward to it. Obviously, I've been back there, several times, and every year it's exciting. So, and this year is no different. So, yeah, looking forward to the next 2 days.
But just tell us, what does it mean to you playing in the Gary and Vivienne Player Invitational?
Well, you don't really need to say much about Gary Player, or Mr. Player, should I say. He's the epitome of longevity. What he's done for the sport, not only in South Africa, but around the world, along with the other greats, like Arnold Palmer, Jack Nicklaus, etc., giving back to the game, to the sport, is phenomenal. The Gary and Vivienne Player Foundation is also another tick in the box, and do wonders, for kids, especially in South Africa. And yeah, to support it and get the invite back, year after year, is just, it's an honor and a blessing.
Cool. And now moving over to cricket. Just started. South Africa, India. Thoughts on this T20 series coming up?
Yeah, I think it's a nice one. Just to gauge exactly where the Proteas are at. They've obviously, with the Test series, come off a fantastic win in Bangladesh. A lot of cricket pundits are obviously quite surprised how easy they made it look. But they did the basics a lot better than Bangladesh did, and it showed in the results. So yeah, look, I think Durban, PE, I think anything can happen. I think those sort of wickets will suit the Indians more. And then come Johannesburg and the Wanderers and Supersport Park. Expecting some high scoring games. Anything can happen in those games. So I think after the first 2 games, obviously South Africa Proteas are with a full strength team. India come with I wouldn't say they're B team, but a team a squad that's not as experienced. So I'm expecting at least a 3-1 series win to the Proteas.
And again, there are some younger players, some new rounders coming in. What are you hoping to see from the new guys that maybe, getting their first look in?
Yeah, look, there's been a couple that have been around for a few games. I've had a look in. I think that, it's about taking the opportunity. They don't always have as many games as they would like to have to make an opportunity, to make an impact. But T20 is quick. It's be able to, execute your skills at the most extreme pressure. And I think, the public, South African public, are hoping for at least, a 3-1, one game. So I think, it's about taking the opportunity.
Also, India, they're not going to have Virat Kohli or Rohit Sharma for this series. Do you think that's really means they're right for the taking?
Look, I think they've got a lot of depth. Even though the big names are not here, they thrive on pressure, and they thrive on big occasions. They thrive on big crowds because they're used to playing in big crowds. So, and I think, like I said, with the conditions in Durban and Port Elizabeth, they might fancy themselves there. Like I said, the last 2 games, anything can happen, and I expect big scores. But Indian, I think, the depth there. And it'll be a good test, but I would think that the Proteas should win quite comfortably 3-1 at least.
And just back to the Bangladesh series, Kagiso Rabada, fastest 300 test wickets.
Yeah.
What do you think of his achievement, and what does his career so far? He's incredible.
Yeah, it's KG has been phenomenal. I think he's You know, it reminds me a lot of Makaya, also when he first started. You know, they're both athletes. You know, they bowl differently. You know, they got different styles of bowling, but they're always at batters. You know, and they can bowl long spells because they're so fit and they're so athletic. But it's just a phenomenal feat from KG. You know, to do it quicker than all the other greats that have done it. You know, that come before, is something really special. So yeah, huge congratulations to him. And long may that last. You know, if we can get to 500, even 600, it'd be fantastic. If we can get some more Test cricket in South Africa, it would help hugely. But yeah, he's been phenomenal. It's been the spearhead the last couple of years, and you know, obviously, he's a great bowler, legend bowler.
And just lastly, World Test Championship. We've got 2 Test series, Sri Lanka, Pakistan coming up at home. We win those, we in the World Test Championship final. What do you think South Africa?
Yeah, if my memory serves me right, I think the last time we lost the series was against Sri Lanka. Not sure what year it was. Could have been 2017, 2018, if I'm not mistaken. Anyway, you know, COVID takes away your memory a little bit. But anyway, I think, look, with our bowling lineup, you know, our Test wickets are very challenging as far as the batter is concerned. I've always said that our Test wickets are the most challenging, you know, in the world. So the bowlers always thrive on, you know, the quick bowlers always thrive on our wickets. After a fantastic series win in Bangladesh, obviously the batters a lot of confidence. You don't get tested much technically with regards to seam bowling in Bangladesh because there's no lateral movement. Sri Lanka are riding a crest of the wave. They, you know, I don't know what Sanath Jayasuriya has done and put in their serials, but they're playing some really good cricket. A lot of wins in all the formats, so they'll be a good test for us. And I think Pakistan, obviously, with their bowling attack, you know, anything can happen. So, you know, they're a confident bunch at the moment, obviously coming off a really good win in Bangladesh. But I expect them to win both series and then make the final, and who knows after that.
Thank you very much, sir. Have a great weekend.
Yeah, well, thank you. Appreciate it.
Thanks, sir.
Yeah, all right.